these days, more and more knowledge is opening up, and women are being better able to understand men, and men are being better able to understand women. And one of the things I have found out is that if there is not like a period which both persons are like spend time together, quality time together, out in the public, getting to know each other, enjoying each other's company. If they don't get to do that and they just jump in bed like within 1 month, 2 months of getting to know each other, that relationship will go nowhere. It will not last. Because you see, the thing is, there has to be a period in which you can build a strong emotional connection with a person. Let's say, for example, you and the person go out on a few dates. Let's say about 8 to 10 dates. It doesn't have to be like big fancy dates, but you and the person you're interested in go out and spend quality time out in public, getting to know each other, getting to like each other more. That is how an emotional connection can be formed. But nowadays, a lot of people enter in relationships or in the dating world, they are like just quick to want to jump in bed with a person. I'm making tea. Yes, I'm making tea. I'm getting myself ready as I film this video. Yeah. Right. More and more, people are just like wanting to rush the gun, wanting to be involved sexually. And once that gets in play, everything messes up. Because what people don't understand is that sex um, opens people's eyes to another level. Sometimes I have to wonder if that forbidden fruit that was spoken about in the Bible in Genesis, where Adam and Eve ate of the fruit and their eyes was open, and that's when they knew shame. Sometimes I have to wonder if that could be sex, because when a man and a woman get involved sexually, it's like their understanding open up to a different level. It's like the man is able, it's as if something has peeled off, or a scale has fallen from each person's eyes, and like men having a strong sex drive, and once they get what they want, it's like that's the time their eyes are opened up and they can see a woman for who she is. Like if he had some superficial belief of her that she's the most perfect woman he could ever find, once sex has come in play, he is able to see her on a real level, and to see her flaws, to see everything about her. So if he didn't like her to begin with, like let's say he didn't like her before having sex with her, but he just was attracted to her sexually, once sex come in play, trust me, he's still not gonna like her that much, and he's just gonna see her as someone not to be valued. Strange. But the flip side to the coin is that for the woman, if she really liked him, she's going to be emotionally attached to him, and all these crazy chemicals gonna be all up in her brain, causing her to be wanting him and yearning for him, and just wanting to do everything to please him. So this thing is really, really deep. And people need to really, really spend enough time to get to know people before getting involved with them sexually. Because once sex come in play, it's a whole different ball game. And before I had this knowledge about what's happening, it's like I could sense it. It's like my intuition was telling me that, you see, once a man and a woman has become involved sexually, it's like you can tell, because that pure loving relationship they used to have before, if he never really liked her, trust me, it's not gonna be a good relationship. This world is a strange, strange, and mysterious place. That is why I would encourage any young person or anyone seeking a relationship to get knowledge and have an understanding of what they're getting themselves into. Yep. Because if the relationship never starts off right, you're not going to have a successful future. And there's always going to be another up and down battle. That's just the sad reality. A relationship, a real successful relationship, would normally start out this way. First, you have an attraction, a real, genuine physical attraction for both person. Second, getting to know the person, to love the person's soul, to love the person just for who the person is, not for what the person has, not for what you want the person to become, but just to love and accept the person for who they are right now in the present moment. So that's 2. 3, having a passion for the person, maybe sexually or physically. And 4, having a strong compassion, care, and genuine appreciation for the person. All of those things are key ingredients in a successful relationship. Yeah, so I am beginning to learn these things. Before, I never really understand much about things like these, but as you grow older and you gain more experience, you learn. You learn and you grow. That is why we have to learn not to judge people too much, because we're all at different places and different stages in our understanding of life, you know? Life is a continuous learning experience. We're all on a path of continuous growth and understanding every single day. That is why it's not good to judge. And we have to take time to know people, to really and truly love or like someone. So if you don't really like the person, you don't love them, don't approach them. Don't, because it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna fare out well. You have to be honest with yourself, know what you want, and be very strategic in your approach, to a relationship or to any aspect of life. When you're really serious about something or someone, you have to be genuine. Don't be fake, because fake cannot last for too long. Fake can last for a while. People can pretend for a few months, a few moments, a few, seconds, but people can't fake for a lifetime. You have to be genuine. You have to be real. You have to be honest with your feelings, you know, towards someone. And, it's a confusing world for us all. So sometimes you might think that, things will change, your feelings will change, but it's not going to change, you know. It won't change like that. So the right start, the way you start off will determine how things are going to be able to hold up, especially in a relationship. So you have to have a right start, because a house needs a firm and right foundation for it to hold up. You see, if an earthquake comes and a building never have a right foundation or structure, it's gonna crumble. So it's very important for us to know what we are getting ourselves in, know what we are dealing with, and having a true, genuine connection with a person. Try to know people, try to form a genuine emotional connection. Try to love a person for who they are within and not for what you want them to be. We can never, ever, ever change anyone. So if you're trying to change someone, I wish you luck, because no one can change anyone. The person have to really come to a life changing experience within themselves in order for them to change. But we can't change people. We can't make people to be what we want them to be. We have to learn to accept people for who they are. And we think about if we can work with it or not. But we can't change people. We can only work on improving ourselves each day. So, it's good to have a good start, the right start, if you want to have a successful relationship. Yes, so I'm heading to the restroom now to get myself ready, choose my clothes for work. Yeah. Yep. I tell you, it's not an easy world. It's a mysterious world. We live in a very, 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 very mysterious world, you know. I was listening to this famous presenter, Miles Monroe, and he said the most important thing in a relationship, or the most important thing you should look for in a relationship, is not love. Yes, you should have love in a relationship, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing to have in a relationship is to have knowledge. Is to have knowledge and understanding. That is the most important thing. Because when you have knowledge, when you have understanding, it's gonna guide your feelings. It's gonna guide your approach towards life. So if you don't know anything and the person you're pursuing don't have much knowledge either, then things are not going to work out, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So if you don't know anything about a relationship, the person you're pursuing don't know anything about relationship, it's in your best interest to go get some knowledge about what relationships are all about. Oh God, it is not easy. So you see, sometimes I feel like we're all, down here searching and learning and digging, trying to figure out life. That is why It's like this life is a trial and error. Yeah, life is like a trial and error, because as I observed my babies when they were little, every single thing, that they know now is what they were taught. They were taught by me, or they were taught at school, or they were taught by society. So we come into this world not like an empty slate, not having a clue, what life is. Everything that a person do, all their behavior are all learnt behaviors. That is why when Jesus was going on the cross, and people were the same people he was going there to die for, they started talking about crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. And Jesus had to look up to his Father and say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. So a lot of time people are doing things because they really don't know what they're doing. They don't have a clue what they're doing. So that is why we have to be, forgiving. But even though we're being forgiven, we still have to have self-love to protect ourselves in the situation so that we don't become destroyed. And nothing is wrong with trying to protect yourself or protect your sanity, your mental health in a toxic situation, because if you don't do that, you will be pulled down as well. It's just like when Jesus was a baby and the environment, where they were wasn't conducive for him. So they were encouraged to leave from that city and go to Egypt to hide baby Jesus out so that he wouldn't be destroyed and that he would live so that his purpose could be fulfilled. So we have to learn to protect our sanity, protect ourselves, sometimes exclude ourselves or take away ourselves from a toxic situation so that we won't die before our time, and we will be around to fulfill our purpose in this life, and we won't die an untimely death. So it's very important for us to know these things. Knowledge is a key to a successful relationship as well. Having the right start, having knowledge, those are very important aspects to having a good relationship, romantic relationship, marital relationship, whatever it may be, Yep, it's very important. I've been talking to some people, out there who are dating, and they're telling me that, they meet somebody and then within like 2 months time or less, or even the very same day of meeting the person, the male want to be involved sexually with the female. And I'm like, what? That just does not make sense. Like, you have to, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't, because no trust has been formed, no connection has been formed as yet. So, having the sex is just gonna kill everything. It's gonna mess up everything. Yeah. It's gonna mess up everything. You have to try to get to know someone for at least 6 months to a year. Go out with them, meet up with them, love the person's company. Love being in the person's company without having sex with a person. Men are missing out on a lot these days because they are the ones mostly jumping the gun, wanting to be involved sexually before getting to know the female. And that is why most of them not finding their right match, because they're not spending quality time to get to know anyone. They're just focusing on intercourse. But what they don't know is that if they should spend quality time getting to really love and like a person before being involved sexually, they don't realize that that is what's gonna make their relationship hold up. That is what's gonna make their relationship last. If they can find someone who they can really, really, really have fun with, really, really love their company outside of a sexual relationship, they're not considering that 99% of a relationship has nothing to do with sex. So that 99% of the time you're gonna be with that person, and if you really don't like that person's soul, then it's not gonna go anywhere, because after sex is maybe just 8% or or 1% of the relationship. That should just be the icing on the cake and the spark. But the person's intelligence, the person's mind, the person's soul, who the person is as a beautiful, awesome creation of God, getting to know that person and really liking that person just for who they are, that is the most important thing, not sex. Sex will be the icing on the cake. But many men, sadly, are not realizing this. They are not realizing this at all. So I hope all of what I've been saying makes sense. And I hope that, someone can find some wisdom from it and try to put this to practice, because that's the only way you're going to really have a relationship that lasts. If you're starting out, start out the right way. Don't start out by just wanting to jump in bed with someone, because the majority of time that's not going to work. Love, the 3 ingredients or the 3 things that make up what is called love is: 1, trust; 2, respect; and 3, honesty. And if those things are not in the picture, it will not work. And what a lot of men don't realize is that they have to respect a woman in order for her to be respectful to them. Because respect begets respect. So if you're respectful to your wife, or you're respectful to your girlfriend, it is only natural that she's going to be respectful to you too. But if you're disrespectful to your girlfriend and disrespectful to your wife, she won't be able to respect you. So those are very, 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 very important things to consider. Okay, so thank you so much for viewing. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would also super thank this video. Have yourself a wonderful day and hope to see you soon. Bye.